Today I'll be reviewing this brand new movie. It is dropped on Netflix. It's called The Lost Patient, and in this movie we see this patient. He wakes up from coma and he has no memory of what happened that night, where his whole family was murdered. And in this movie we see he trying to recover his memory to like what happened that night, and this psychiatric doctor, she's working with him to recover all his memory, like what happened, how his life was. So this is a psychological thriller, and this kind of movie, they're always very interesting because you don't know where will the story go. In this movie's case, I thought this movie was definitely very interesting. Look at it, especially mental health, and sometimes how much damaging it is when you're losing your mind. And in this movie's case, how his parents was around him, but they never get him the help he needed. So in this movie we see he tried to remember all the things about his life, and some of this memory we see him trying to remember, they are made up. So I'm gonna be going into spoilers. So if you've not seen this movie, spoiler warning. So we see this patient, he's trying to remember, and we see in his memory he had a sister, and this sister is looks like he was really close with. And as the movie progresses, as this doctor trying to pressure him that, hey, remember what happened, try to remember what happened. Although at first he seems really sweet and innocent, like he had this face on this look on his face, he seems like he's an innocent person. But as this movie progresses, we see this horrific past he has, and at the end of the day he is sick, he's mentally sick and unstable person, and his parents didn't do anything about it, and we see it did cost their life end of this movie. And we also see this sister, she doesn't even exist in real life. He basically made her up in her head. I thought this twist about his sister was definitely very interesting. Overall, this movie, I found it really interesting about mental health. It is still, though, it is very slow burn, slow paced movie. Depend how you take the twist about this character. Again, he seems really sweet and nice at first. As we learn more about him, this movie gets really slips away. He's very aggressive person, I guess. In this movie, you see he killed his neighbor's dog because it was barking at him all night. I guess it is sad overall. His sister did die when he was young, and it created this trauma for him. And she died when I think his mom was pregnant or something like that, or he was young. But we see this sister he created even from the TV, and the sister, I guess this trauma which did destroy his whole family, as this movie progress we see. But he made up this sister in his head. And overall it was very interesting movie about this mental patient. This kind of movie, they're always very interesting. You don't know which way will go. This movie did reminded me of one of my favorite movie from Martin Scorsese. It's called Shutter Island, because end of Shutter Island was it was quite shocking, and when I learned about it, I really like that movie. Although this movie, it just finished like that. He remembered everything and it was done. I suppose he will be going to jail. I guess this movie asks audience to assume that it will happen to him. Then again, we don't know if he went into coma again. This movie did end on open note, I would say. So I guess we have to think about, probably he is going to coma again, because he did wake up from coma after a long time, and we saw at the beginning of this movie he couldn't walk. At the end of it we see he was just remembering everything. Yeah, I found this movie to be interesting for me. But if you didn't let me know in the comment what do you think about this movie. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to share my other reviews on other Netflix movies. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.